Hey guys, it's your girl Jade. Oh, you can see me. Yay. Anyway, this is like the second time I've tried recording this. I'm using my tablet, or my Kindle, outside, because it feels really good outside and everything, so. And my Kindle decided to go spastic for some reason. Oh, excuse me. And stopped recording, and then froze, so I had to turn it off. And then I couldn't get it back on for a little bit. And when I did get it back on, I had to go through and clear out everything, like all the cache and everything, for all my apps, and realized I had a lot of shit running on this thing. So, but anyway, sorry if I'm moving around. The story that I had told was, a lot of people now talking to me would think that, like, I was an innocent teenager, okay, that I was, well, not really teenager, because I didn't really do much as a teenager. I worked and I went to school. But whenever I hit, like, 20, my rebellious teenager years caught up to me. Now, I wasn't rebellious to where I was, like, pissing off my mom. My dad wasn't in the picture at this point, so but me and my cousin got into a lot of shit. We just did a lot of dumb shit. My cousin is, her uncle is my stepdad, or was my stepdad. So we were related by marriage, but we never said that. We were like, we are cousins, it doesn't matter. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, from, like, 20 to like, 25, I did my partying years, and part of those were, after my daughter was born. There was a little over a year, whenever I was 22 and 23, that I didn't do anything because I was pregnant, and then, actually it was about a year and a half in between all that, because I was pregnant, and then, shortly after my daughter was born, I became a single mother. So, I had a boyfriend at the time that this happened, and, I'll explain why I say kid instead of daughter later on. But, I had my mom living with me. She would watch the kiddo, and we would have friends over and everything. Sorry, that was my phone. I will check that eventually. We would have people over at night. I think that was my other tablet, sorry. Weird noises going on. But my mom would watch my kid, or my mom would put the kiddo to bed and everything. And my kiddo was a heavy sleeper at like 2. So we didn't have to really worry about if we made too much noise, whether or not she'd wake up. So we were having a party one night. And it wasn't like a huge party. It was me and the boyfriend at the time, and maybe like 4 or 5 people coming over to drink. And that was all we did, really. But this one particular time, there was this kid, 18 years old. He was a designated driver, so of course he wasn't drinking. And we had this poor kid convinced that we were going to sacrifice him because he was a virgin. And we wanted to bring back some dead celebrity at the time. Now, I don't remember which celebrity it was. It was some female that had died. And, like, the kid started freaking out, like, oh my god, these people are crazy, because this is the first time I'd ever met him. And we're like, well, we kind of need your blood and your heart and everything else. And it's like, sorry, nobody else here is innocent. And we can't sacrifice my kid because the kid's too innocent. It wouldn't work with a kid. So we need an adult who's a virgin. And you're it. So we had this poor kid just totally convinced that we were going to sacrifice him to bring back a dead celebrity. So, it was crazy fun times. I mean, we all had a good laugh at it afterwards. We finally did tell him, or let him know that, no, we were just joking, we are not going to do this to you. Needless to say, he never came to another party. But, like, that's the type of stuff that we did, was just, we would drink and then convince 18-year-olds that we were going to sacrifice them. There was also times where you would have, or my boyfriend at the time going, I can't see my face in front of my hand, and I'm thinking of saying something, and then, of course, like 2 a.m. trips to the Huddle House right down the street. Because basically, you went out of the house, down the stairs, like on this hill, and then down the second hill to the main road, and the Huddle House was like right there. And one of the guys that night got so sick all over the Huddle House bathroom. He cleaned it up. We were not those douchebags. So he did go in there and clean it up for him, and like left it cleaner than when he messed it up. So yeah, but like talking to all these, I say kids, they're not really kids, young adults, I guess, because I'm 35. So like these 21-year-olds, they're like kids to me. So talking to them, they're like, "Oh, I had this huge party last night, blah 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 blah. Oh, you wouldn't know anything about it. You were probably tame." And I just tell them all these stories, which I'll eventually tell you guys all of the stories. There's a lot. And then they're like, "Wow, we would have loved to party with you." I'm like, "Yeah, well, too bad I don't party like that anymore. Because I work, I make these videos, and I work more. I don't really go out anymore. Like, I'll go out on my off day with the kiddo. Usually it's on Tuesdays that me and the kiddo will go out and we'll do dinner and a movie just as we try and do it at least once a month, because that's our little mommy kiddo date day. So yeah, anyway, that is story time. Drunk and disorderly. Fun times. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, leave me a comment of any other kind of videos you want to see, and I will try and get some more of these story times up and running for you guys. And then I have a few other ideas of some other stuff I'm going to do. I'm going to try and do more like, well, actually, these are like throwback stories, but, excuse me. But I'm going to try and get some more interesting stories up. I'll do some more movie reviews, and I also have to go through my videos and see if I have put up the most recent paranormal stuff that's happened, because it is kind of freaky. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, bye. Love you. Deuces.